By August, a cucumber plant can still look alive while its harvest quietly falls apart. You may still see flowers. You may even find tiny cucumbers forming along the vine. But instead of swelling into full-size fruit, they yellow, shrivel, or simply disappear. And after weeks of watching that happen, the obvious thought is, this plant is finished. But before you pull out, look a little closer. Because an August cucumber that stops producing is not always an old plant reaching the end of its life. Sometimes the real problem is what happened around the flowers, the roots, or the developing fruit during those hottest weeks of summer. And there's one important clue that can tell you whether your plant is truly declining, or whether it still has another flush of cucumbers left in it. That clue is easy to miss, and it starts with what your plant is doing right now, not how productive it was back in June. So start with that clue. What is the plant doing right now? If the vine is still producing healthy-looking new leaves and fresh flowers, but the cucumbers are failing to develop, don't assume the roots have simply run out of energy. August heat can interfere with the reproductive side of the plant before the foliage gives you an obvious warning. And this is where your flowers become a kind of diagnostic tool. Look closely at the flowers you're seeing. A cucumber produces separate male and female flowers on the same plant. The female flower has that unmistakable little swelling directly behind the blossom, the tiny future cucumber, for that fruit to continue developing. Pollen has to reach the female flower, largely through insect activity. Now think back to the hottest days you've had recently, when daytime temperatures climb into the 90s and nights remain unusually warm. Two things can work against fruit set. Heat can reduce pollinator activity, and high temperatures can also disrupt flowering and the development of small fruit. University of Minnesota Extension notes that hot conditions can lead to flower and small fruit abortion in cucurbits, while incomplete pollination can leave cucumbers oddly shaped rather than fully developed. So if your plant is covered in flowers but you're finding very few female flowers and almost no swelling behind them, that pattern is important. But there's another pattern that's even more revealing. If you do have plenty of tiny cucumbers forming, yet they turn yellow, stop enlarging, or drop before they reach harvest size, don't immediately reach for more fertilizer. That's telling us to look somewhere else first. That second pattern, tiny cucumbers appearing and then failing, is where I would check the plant's recent growing conditions before adding anything to the soil. One of the biggest clues is the weather. Cucumbers are particularly sensitive to heat during flowering and early fruit development. University Extension guidance notes that daytime temperatures in the 90s or nights stay around the 70s can increase flower and small fruit abortion. Heat can also reduce pollinator activity at exactly the few hours when cucumber flowers are open. So think about what happened just before production slowed. Did you have several exceptionally hot days? Were the nights unusually warm? Did the plant suddenly produce more male flowers while female flowers became harder to find? That last detail matters. Heat can shift the balance between male and female flowers, meaning a vigorous-looking vine may temporarily give you plenty of blossoms but fewer opportunities to develop fruit. A recent University of Minnesota vegetable update describes this as a gradual shift rather than one magic temperature where fruit production suddenly stops. Now check the developing cucumbers themselves. If they are curved, narrow at one end, or stop enlarging shortly after flowering, poor pollination is one possibility. Penn State Extension notes that insufficient pollination can produce misshapen fruit, reduce fruit development, and fruit abortion. But don't blame the bees too quickly. Look at the soil, too. If the plant has been swinging between very dry conditions and heavy watering, the roots may be dealing with stress at the same time the flowers are trying to set fruit. Both too little and too much water can interfere with flower and fruit development in cucurbits. And that gives us a much better question than, what fertilizer should I use? The question is, what changed immediately before the cucumber production collapsed? Because once we identify that change, we can tell whether the plant needs recovery or whether it's already telling you that its productive window is closing. Now there's a third pattern to watch, and this one changes the conversation completely. The leaves. A cucumber plant can lose production because the flowers are struggling, but it can also lose production because the plant is losing the leaves that support those developing fruits. Start with the oldest leaves near the base. If you are seeing a gradual yellowing there while the newest growth remains reasonably green and active, That is different from a vine that is rapidly developing white powdery patches, angular brown lesions, or large areas of yellow and dying foliage. Powdery mildew, for example, often begins on older leaves as pale spots before familiar white, powdery growth becomes obvious. Severe infection can eventually cause leaves and vines to wither. And August is also a time when downy mildew deserves serious attention. University of Minnesota Extension specifically recommends monitoring cucurbits for downy mildew from August through harvest. Early symptoms can look like yellow to brown angular areas on the leaves, rather than the classic powdery coating gardeners may expect. So don't make the mistake of seeing fewer cucumbers and assuming the fruiting problem came first. Sometimes the production decline is simply the visible result of a plant that is progressively losing healthy leaf tissue. There is another clue worth checking while you're standing beside the vine. Look for cucumber beetles, especially around the flowers, young growth, and undersides of leaves. These beetles can feed on leaves, flowers, and fruit, and they can transmit bacterial wilt. If the plant wilts during the day and then seems to recover overnight, but that wilting gradually moves farther down the vine, that is a much more serious warning sign. That pattern is associated with bacterial wilt and is very different from temporary heat stress. And this is where your August decision becomes easier. A plant struggling with heat or inconsistent moisture may still have recovery potential. A plant steadily losing its foliage to disease or showing a progressive wilt pattern may be telling you something else entirely. So before you feed it, prune it, or pull it out, we need one final part of the diagnosis. What is happening below the leaves at the root zone? Now check the root zone, because this is where a surprisingly healthy-looking cucumber can begin to fail. Cucumbers need a steady supply of moisture, but the roots also need oxygen. That means there is a difference between a plant that has been kept adequately hydrated and one that has been repeatedly flooded. University of Minnesota Extension notes that both too little and too much water can cause flowers and small fruit to abort. Drought stress can also shift the plant toward more male flowers, while saturated soil can prevent roots from taking up enough oxygen and nutrients. So don't just glance at the soil surface. Check a few inches down. If the soil is dusty and dry well below the surface, and the plant has been wilting during hot afternoons, repeated water stress may be part production problem. But if the soil stays heavy and wet long after watering or rain, the problem may be completely different. And there's an important detail here. More water is not automatically more help. During a heat wave, consistent moisture can reduce stress and help protect against flower and fruit abortion. But keeping the root zone constantly saturated can create its own problems. This is also the moment to inspect the base of the plant. Look where the main stem meets the soil. Is the crown firm and healthy looking? Or are you seeing dark, water-soaked areas, soft tissue, or a plant that seems to be declining from the base upward? That distinction matters because root and crown diseases can turn a parent production problem into a plant health problem that simple feeding cannot fix. Phytophthora, for example, can cause water-soaked lesions, fruit rot, and in severe cases collapse of the entire plant. So now you have three very different cucumber stories. A plant stressed by heat or moisture swings, a plant losing productive leaves to disease or pests, and a plant whose root or crown system is beginning to fail. And there is one more mistake gardeners often make at this stage: seeing a tired cucumber vine and assuming it needs more nitrogen. That can actually move you in the wrong direction. That brings us to the nitrogen question. When a cucumber plant begins producing fewer fruits, it is tempting to assume the plant has simply used up its food. But if your vine is already producing long, vigorous shoots and a thick mass of green foliage, adding more nitrogen may not address the problem you actually have. In fact, excessive nitrogen can encourage vegetative growth at the expense of flowering and fruit production. The important clue is not whether the plant looks green. It is what kind of growth it is prioritizing. Look at the newest sections of the vine. Are they continuing to push strong leaves and long shoots while female flowers are scarce? Or is the foliage itself beginning to lose color, with overall growth slowing? Those are very different situations. A lush vine with plenty of leaves but disappointing fruit set is not automatically asking for more fertilizer. First, look at pollination, recent heat, moisture conditions, and whether the plant is carrying healthy female flowers. Adding nutrients without identifying the limiting factor can simply give you more vine to manage without solving the missing cucumbers. And there is another practical mistake worth avoiding. Don't use a fertilizer application as a diagnostic test. Give the plant the conditions it needs consistently. Then watch what changes. If temperature is moderate, the root zone remains evenly moist rather than swinging between drought and saturation, pollination improves, and the plant continues producing healthy new growth. You may see fruiting resume as the stress eases. But if the vine is heavily diseased, repeatedly wilting from the base upward, or losing a large portion of its functional leaves, fertilizer is not going to turn that situation around. At this point, you should be able to stand beside your cucumber plant and ask a much more useful question. Is the plant failing because something is temporarily suppressing production, or because the plant is physically declining? That distinction determines whether you should try to nurse it through the rest of the season, or make room for something else. And there is one final test that can make that decision much clearer. Look at the vine's newest growth and its ability to keep producing female flowers. Now make one final observation before deciding whether that cucumber plant deserves another chance. The newest growth. Don't judge the plant by the oldest leaves alone. Look at the ends of the vines. If you're still seeing fresh leaves, active tendrils, and new female flowers with small swollen ovary behind them, the plant is still attempting to reproduce. That doesn't guarantee another harvest, but it tells you the vine has not simply stopped functioning. And this is where August can be deceptive. A heat wave can temporarily disrupt the balance between male and female flowers. University of Minnesota Extension notes that very hot days and warm nights can shift cucurbits toward more male flowers, while other varieties may temporarily produce very few female flowers. Once the stressful conditions ease, that pattern can change again. So don't pull a cucumber vine simply because you had a bad week. Instead, watch what happens after the weather moderates. Are new female flowers returning? Are tiny cucumbers beginning to hold on instead of aborting? Is the newest foliage still expanding? Those are much more encouraging signs than the number of cucumbers you harvested last week. There's also one simple thing that can quietly reduce production even when the plant itself looks healthy. Leaving oversized cucumbers hanging on the vine. University of Minnesota Extension notes that allowing very large fruits to remain on the plant can cause overall yield to decline. Regular harvesting helps keep the plant in a productive cycle. But now we can make the decision much more confidently. If your vine still has healthy new growth, functioning leaves, and emerging female flowers, while main problem appears tied to recent heat, pollination, or moisture stress, I would not rush to remove it. Give it a chance to recover. On the other hand, if the newest growth is collapsing, disease is steadily spreading to the canopy, the base is deteriorating, or the plant is repeatedly wilting from a serious disease problem, the calculation changes. At that point, saving the plant may cost more time than it can realistically repay. And that is the real August cucumber test. Not, is it still producing cucumbers today, but does this plant still have healthy growth capable of producing the next set? So, should you pull the cucumber plant out in August? Now you can answer that without guessing. If the vine still has healthy new growth, the leaves are functioning, the crown and roots appear sound, and you're still seeing female flowers, I would give it more time, especially if production dropped after a stretch of extreme heat or inconsistent moisture. The goal is not to force the plant to produce overnight. It is to remove the conditions that are interfering with fruit set, and then watch whether the plant responds. Keep the root zone consistently moist without leaving it saturated. Harvest cucumbers regularly rather than allowing oversized fruit to remain on the vine. Monitor the newest leaves for disease, and pay particular attention to whether new female flowers begin appearing again as weather conditions improve. That response is your evidence. If you start seeing small fruits that continue enlarging instead of aborting, you know the plant still has productive capacity. But if the picture is different, if new growth is collapsing, disease is spreading rapidly, the crown or roots are deteriorating, or the vine is showing persistent wilt associated with a serious disease, then pulling the plant may be the better gardening decision. And that is the part one wants you to remember next August. A cucumber plant does not become finished simply because the calendar says August. Look at the new growth, the flowers, the developing fruit, the leaves, and the root zone. Those clues tell you whether you're looking at temporary summer stress or a plant that is genuinely reaching the end of its useful life. So before you tear out that tired-looking cucumber vine, take one more careful look. Because sometimes a plant that looks finished is only asking for the right conditions to start producing again.